Coming in at step 1 for producing this type of Radiohead indie rock song is you want a bell-like electric guitar tone. As you can hear with this electric guitar, it almost sounds like a bell. It's got that very clean bell, it's very high up on the fretboard on those high strings. And so for this, I just used my Fender Telecaster, recorded it in DI through my interface, and then I ran it through GTR Tool Rack from Waves. I went with one of the first presets, I think the first preset, which is Natural Beauty, and then I did make some slight adjustments here within the amp itself. And then I ran that, so here's where we are at this point. And then I just ran it through some EQ. And I hop back and forth a bit. I referenced the original since this is a remake here, so I wanted to get it pretty close to what Radiohead does, and so that led me to make some of these EQ cuts here. Now this, if you're wondering what this big ass cut here is doing, this is because there was a weird harmonic coming in whenever I would play, because it was super high on the fretboard, whenever I would play both the E string and the B string. Or no, it was the B string and the G string up there. If I played them just individually, I wouldn't get that weird harmonic, but for some reason when I played both of them together, or I would sustain them and do the arpeggio, it would create this weird harmonic that I couldn't get rid of. So I had to come in here and do a little massive cut on this EQ. And then finally, I ran it through a little bit of OTT, which OTT acts as like a multi-band compressor. It squashes the sound a little bit, and it brings whatever you put OTT on will naturally bring that track closer to the front of the mix, and it gives it some extra sparkle and bite to the sound. So here's with it, there's without it, there's with it. And I also ended up messing around with the EQ knobs as well, so that's why you're not actually hearing as much of a difference as you generally would when you turn OTT off and on. So that is the electric guitar that is happening there, and I'm sending this electric guitar track to a couple reverbs that we have set up on return tracks over here, also called effects channels in Studio One. So I'm sending this electric guitar track to both a room reverb, which is this, just a nice room reverb, as well as a hall reverb over here. So this is a longer 2-second hall reverb, and I'm sending this guitar track to both.